Hi, District 43, how's it going? I'm Representative Gardiner here at the end of week 4. So we just have a couple weeks left. We're almost done. We hit the halfway point on Tuesday, which is great news for the legislature because you get tired after a while, and it's good news for the state of Utah because we're not making as many laws. So that's always a plus. I want to talk a little bit about what we did last week, this week, some of the bills that we passed through the House. And it's actually on its way to the governor now. We passed a statewide crisis hotline. There are multiple hotlines throughout the state. Some are staffed, some are not. Some you can leave voicemails on. Some go directly to 911. So people that are about to commit suicide or commit self-harm really don't have a place, one place to go. And so Senator Daniel Thatcher and Representative Ellison really took this to heart and put together a plan, and there's going to be a lot of great things coming out of this. So watch for that after it hits the governor's desk soon. Some things we passed through the House. This one's kind of funny. Did you know that it is against the law for you to send sunscreen to school with your kid and have them actually apply sunscreen? That is against the law because it's considered an over-the-counter drug. So there was obviously a lot of complaints, some really bad sunburns because teachers, and they were following the rules. Teachers and playground officials weren't letting kids actually put sunscreen on themselves. So Representative Craig Hall had a great bill to fix that problem. I can't believe we even have to have a bill about this, but we do. So here's some of the little problems we're trying to fix up in the legislature. So when you see that we have 500 bills come through at the end of the session, this is one of them, and it's actually a good thing. And so hopefully these bills, this legislation up here, will actually solve some problems. Another piece of legislation we passed through the House was the eliminating mandatory vehicle inspections by Representative Dan McKay. And so every year or every other year, depending on how old your car is, you have to go in and get it inspected, safety inspection. The data that was presented to the House was actually really good, and it was hard to refute that the states that have gotten rid of their mandatory safety inspections have not had an increase in accidents or deaths. And so Utah is just taking that next step in eliminating that. So that should put about $25 million a year back into the pockets of taxpayers. This is just a fee or a tax that you don't have to pay anymore. I also wanted to talk about next week, some things that we have coming up. You're going to hear a lot about tax reform over the next couple of weeks, and it's something that the legislature has decided to tackle. Our education funding, our transportation funding, everything we do, the funding is really volatile up here. So some years we'll have a huge windfall. 2 years ago we had $600 million in additional money to appropriate, which is great for education because you get to put a lot more money towards education. But then this year we don't have very much. And so these funding sources are really volatile, and it's really hard for our staff in the legislature to figure out how much money we're going to have year to year. So we want to level out those funding sources so everything's more predictable for the taxpayer and for the state, so we can budget better. And so you're going to see that come up over the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. We don't have a comprehensive plan yet. The legislature, both houses, are working on it. So be aware of that. Also, I want to announce that this coming Thursday, we're going to have a town hall at 7 p.m. We're still working out the location, but I'm going to send an email out, advertise it on Facebook, so make sure that you're aware of that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.